You're seeing year over year online subscriptions up 15%. You turned a profit in '09. What's driving it?
I think it's really just having confidence in the value of your content and your journalism. I think we've always believed that people will pay a reasonable price for journalism online, and we're seeing that. Obviously, the nature of the story, the global financial crisis plays very much to our strengths and the global editorial operation we've been building for 20 or 30 years now.
Well, that's interesting because it's true. It's the global story that really is your story, and that's what you've been sticking to, even as competitors have tried to nip at your heels.
Quite. I think the secret to success now, and even survival in media, being very, very clear about your audience and what makes you special and different. And we've kind of taken the view that global business is our niche, and that's very much what we're focused on.
I was very surprised to hear just now that you told me that the U.S. is now your largest market. I thought Europe was your largest market.
Not a lot of people know that. It's within the past year or 18 months, the U.S. has become our biggest market in print and online, and also a very important center for innovation with e-readers and maybe the iPad. So we think there's a lot more growth potential here for us.
So you think that that is partly, well, it's obviously partly your work and also partly the sentiment in the U.S. that they want to hear the global stories, they want to look at the world, not just get U.S. news? Yeah,
very much so. And if you look at the global financial crisis and the implications and the regulatory stories that flow from that, these are global stories. And I think, major U.S. businesses really want to see that global perspective.
Now, the New York Times, for example, dropped its Times Select service, and you're beginning, also going to begin offering a micropayment system. So you're actually doing something very different than the New York Times. I guess your main competitor is the Wall Street Journal. But what are you doing differently than, say, the Times?
Well, basically, our focus is very much on that global business story. So we're very much focused on Wall Street rather than Main Street, and we regard it as the world Wall Street, so the world business, and that's our focus. Clearly, we're not complacent about competition, but, we have a strategy, it's working, and we're very focused on that.
And of course, the FT is based in London, but you're spending more time in New York, given that the U.S. is your largest market.
It's a thoroughly global operation, and we're, the management team are now in the U.S. A great deal of the time. We see big growth here.
So aren't the economics, though, much different when you look at print versus online? How are you making money and increasing profitability even at a time when you are looking at year-over-year subscriptions up 15%?
Well, it's a very interesting point. A lot of people feel that digital turns print dollars into digital cents, but actually you've got to remember the distribution costs as well. The cost of distribution over digital channels, particularly for a global publication like us, is a very significant consideration. So to the extent these digital channels work and maybe people adopt iPads and e-readers, for us, the potential for reaching a broader market in a cost-effective way is very attractive.
That's actually very interesting, you're right, because while you are distributing it at a lower price point, you're actually spending less money.
Yeah, and the profitability per reader is actually pretty similar.
Yeah. So how do you take it to the next level? Tell me your agenda.
Well, we're pretty excited about the potential for these e-readers and iPads and those devices because it's very consistent with our sort of paid-for subscription model. So, we're kind of, it's obviously up to the readers how they want to take the journalism that we provide. Our view is that we're sort of channel neutral, channel agnostic. If a reader wants our journalism, they should be able to take it on whatever channel is suitable for them. So we're quite excited about these new devices that are coming out.
Are there products that you could see expanding into as a result of what's going on digitally?
Well, we want to be available on all products that readers want to take us on. So obviously the iPad is pretty exciting.